How is it going? Looks like people are starting to trickle in. Afternoon. A lot of wind noise. Okay, I'll turn the fan off. Is that better? Less wind noise? It's about 100 degrees out here today, and I'm just kind of hanging out in the garage. I'm about to go work on something in the backyard, just a little side project that has nothing to do with the lawn. But I thought I'd come on here real quick and just say hey and see how you guys are doing and what you guys have been doing today. Yeah, I should put that fan back on. But the lawn's doing really good, so that's good news. Gary went golfing today. You forgot to invite me. I went golfing yesterday and it wasn't a very good outing. I did not play well at all. No, not a new shed. I actually put some pavers under our deck, and I've got a seam left to just kind of fill in. It's too thick for sand, so I think I'm just going to put some Quikrete in there and kind of short it that way. Yeah. It's the greener lawn. This guy is here. What's up, Jeremy? Jeremy, I couldn't find this shirt for the longest time and I found it this morning, so it was a good day. Can no one hear me? Can you guys not hear me? Brett, what are you doing here? I've got the chat down here on the laptop. Okay, some people can hear me, so if you can't hear me, it's probably your fault and not my fault. Just a guess. Jeremy, take your phone off of mute. So yeah, today I got out early and I mowed the front lawn. Wanted to get out before it got too hot. But I mowed the front lawn, and then I put down some new products on the front lawn today. But yeah, so excited to show you that. Filmed a few videos this morning, so lots going on over here. Been very, very busy. Started working on a project this week, so that's also really exciting. I have a buddy who just finished building a house, and so we're working on a series of videos to kind of talk about what to expect. Car horn. Car horn. Perfect timing. So we're going to kind of talk about what to expect and what the builder leaves once they turn the keys over to the new homeowner. So we'll talk about what you can look for when you're getting ready to put the yard in and different strategies you can take. And the homeowner's actually digging trenches and burying sprinkler lines today. So hopefully I'll get up there tonight and kind of review what he did and kind of talk about that stuff too. But it should be a fun series of videos. Should be a good time. It's been fun going up there and filming. And it's in a really cool spot. He has a cool house, a good location, right on the lake and right by the golf course. So, Caleb, what's happening? Somebody knows that I'm live streaming, apparently. So yeah, just curious to know what you guys did today, and if you have any questions for me, I'll chat for a few minutes, and then I'm going to get back to work. How do I get a Toro hat? All the tubers are wearing them lately. I got this at the GIE Expo in Kentucky last year. Hopefully I'll be able to snag a few more this year if it happens. I am booked to go. I have a flight booked, I have a place to stay booked, everything's ready to go, so as long as they're doing it, I'm there. And as long as Toro's there, I'm going to take as many hats as I can get, and maybe I'll do a giveaway on the channel. Get your mow on today? Yes, sir, I did. I mowed the front yard only, and I only mowed the front yard because I mowed the backyard on Wednesday or Thursday, and the backyard's on like a once a week kind of a thing. Front yard is down to 2 times a week because the plant growth regulator has kicked in, which is very nice. Audio is a bit light. Maybe if I move my phone a little closer, is that better? There's a car just pulling out of the driveway right now, so maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe I can talk a little louder. Is that better? Once the car pulls out of the driveway, there will be a little less background noise. But yeah, if you have any questions, want to know what's going on here, let's chat. Better now, and cars. I thought the car would be audible. They just left, so that's good. No more honking and no more background car noise. Oh. Let's see, Caleb says, picked up all the debris on the lawn and roof and blew off the roof and gutters. I got rained out, so I couldn't mow. That sucks. I had to blow off the lawn the other night after 4th of July. The neighbor across the street, they always have a lot of awesome fireworks that they shoot off. The only downside to that is the debris lands everywhere. So we're still cleaning up debris from fireworks around here. The thing about living in Utah, and Jeremy and Brett can chime in on this too, is we'll see fireworks between July 3rd and 5th, and then we celebrate Pioneer Day towards the end of the month on the 24th, so we'll have fireworks then too. So lots and lots of fireworks this month. It's always a lot of fun to watch. Let's see, went to Walmart to get white wheat bread, rubber bands, and on an impulse baseball cards. Nice. I still have all my baseball cards too. I'm excited for baseball season to start again. I'm excited for basketball season to start. I'm just excited for sports to be back, guys. I have been missing sports, and it's exciting that they're coming back. How's it going? It's going good. Getting stuff done, and that just makes me feel really good. Much better without the car, yes. Can I add subtitles? No. Because, Jeremy, you should know how accurate the YouTube subtitles are. What's my next Reno seed gonna be? So I did the Reno in the backyard and brought up that low spot with a bunch of topsoil. That's filling in very nicely. I've been posting updates on my Instagram story here and there, so if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, please do. You'll get some more up-to-date things on there about what's going on rather than having to wait for videos. I'm still about a week or so behind on videos, and I kind of like it that way because then I don't feel rushed or pressured to get the next video out. I can really take my time editing and make sure that I'm getting all the good stuff in there and doing a good job with it. So, let's see what else is in here. Have insect and fungus damage, it's recommended to push it with nitrogen. Would you still push it in the summer? I don't know if I would push it in the summer. Typically, especially for cool season grass, that's usually the roughest part of the season, just because the temperatures are getting so high, grass typically wants to start checking out. If you can baby it enough and water it enough to help it along, then yeah, I'd probably try to push it a little bit. But typically I'd recommend waiting until fall when the grass kind of relaxes a little bit and can breathe a little more with lower temperatures hitting that sweet spot. So up to you though. Double dark and PPZ Oxy today. Nice. That sounds like fun. Double dark is good to apply right now. Really good to apply. I'll show you the products I applied today here in a minute, by the way. Let's see. Stress X and pulled some nutsedge. Thumbs up on Stress X, thumbs down on pulling the nutsedge. Don't pull nutsedge. Unless you absolutely know that you can get the little nutlet, don't pull it. Just get some sledgehammer, spray it out, or yeah, don't pull nutsedge. It'll come back and it'll come back thicker and it'll come back with a vengeance. That stuff is awful. Just serviced 3 St. Augustine yards and 3 Bermuda yards, and I bet you're done. Yeah, I bet you're done. That's a busy day. Hi, Eugene. The Lawn Apprentice. Got a feeling college football ain't happening. Yeah, there's some drama going on with college football, especially here in Utah. They announced that it was going to be conference play only, and the BYU-Utah rivalry isn't going to happen because of that, because they're not in the same conference. Utah's in the Pac-12 conference, and BYU runs independent. And so the big state rivalry game isn't going to happen this year, which kind of sucks. Even though Utah's like 30 minutes up the freeway from BYU, 45 minutes or so. So that kind of stinks. Can you ready to start a leveling project on Bermuda grass, Arizona? Can I overseed some more Bermuda at the same time to help thicken up, or just stick to just the leveling? That's a good question. I'll tell you what I did for my leveling project earlier in the spring, and you can kind of decide what you want to do from there. Probably 3 days or so before the sand came in and I put it down, I put a ½ pound of nitrogen down, that just to kind of start pushing the grass along so it would grow up through the sand. So I would definitely recommend doing that, pushing the growth before you put the sand down. That will help with grow back. And then what I did was, after the sand settled in a little more, I did put some seed down. I overseeded some spots, especially the heavy spots around the corners by the driveway. You can go back in that video series. There's a playlist on the channel, and you can see that in action there, what I did. I need a co-host. You recommend Brett, but I'm not there to get him a pass to come play. You both should come down here and co-host. You guys have been doing your own little thing long enough, and I feel left out. So maybe you guys should come down here, mow my lawn, and we'll have a live stream with the people. What do you guys say, Jeremy and Brett? Think about it. Need some action shots, make the stream more lively. No, it's too hot. I like being in the shade. Maybe another night. You guys can watch me mow. 100-degree weather. Should I continue to water in the evening in California? Eugene, water in the morning. Water early in the morning. Start watering like 4 a.m. and then you should be good. Don't recommend watering in the evening. One, because all of your neighbors are watering in the evening, and if you're on secondary line like me, when all your neighbors are watering at the same time, you lose water pressure, and that sucks. Also, if you let the water sit on top of the grass blades overnight for extended periods of time, and that becomes consistent, you're going to have fungus issues and mold and all kinds of other nasty stuff. So water in the morning. That way, when the sun comes up, any excess water left on the blades of the grass will just evaporate off. But when you start early enough in the morning, it gives the water a chance to get down into the soil and into the root zone where it needs to be. Brett wants everyone to mow his lawn. Brett needs to come down here and mow my lawn. Only one other YouTuber has mowed my lawn, and you saw that in my last video. Only one. So we gotta fix that. Yep, pull those nuts. What are my thoughts on Hydrotane? Tried it today for the first time. Awesome. I love Hydrotane. There's a gallon bottle over there on the shelf. Well, it's not a gallon anymore. It's probably a half gallon left. Hey, buddy. You want to sit with me? This is Henry. Say hi. There you are. Because we're talking to the people. So Hydrotane, I really like Hydrotane. It works. I did a video last year where I did a kind of a basic test with it. Just make sure that when you do use it, you follow the label. The label says to apply to wet soil. Your initial application is going to be 9 ounces per 1,000 square feet, and then you have the option of applying it at 1/3 application rate monthly. So you can do 3 ounces per 1,000 every month after that through the summer. If you're going to get it, I would recommend going for the gallon bottle. I think it's a better price option for you. He sees himself on the screen. There are links to Hydrotane and other products on my website. There's a link. There should be a link in the description to my website there. But you can find it on my website and order it that way. Definitely recommend Hydrotane. Also, after you apply it, make sure you water it in too. So you got to apply it to wet soil and then water it in after. That way it gets down into the root system where it needs to be. Let's see. Stop. Connor needs to mow. Yeah, Connor needs to mow my yard too. He said he wants to come down here. We'll see if he actually does, but he is always welcome to come down here. Let's see. My fescue is dominating the neighborhood. Carbon Earth and Green County Fert. Awesome. Great combo there. I've been running Carbon Earth products on the backyard, and it's doing pretty good. I've been running ProPeat on the front yard, and it's doing amazing. Really liking the ProPeat. Yep, clay soil is rough, but you can do it. This is really rocky, nasty clay soil here. What are you doing? This is really rocky, nasty clay soil here, and it's doing fine. We're hitting 100 degrees today, and it's hanging on. Hey Ryan, how's it going? The chat has kind of died. You guys have no other questions or don't want to talk about anything else? Should I just go? That's not water. It's Mountain Dew. But there's water inside. Henry wants to use the bubble mower. Yeah. So I mowed this morning, and he came out and mowed with me with his bubble mower. And the first thing he said to me was, "Dad, can I put the America flag on my mower?" Remember that? You put the America flag on your mower, you're good to go, huh? You like mowing with the flag? Yeah, he does. So that was pretty fun. How often do you backlap your mowers? I have yet to backlap the Greensmaster here. Just picked it up in March. Was it March or April? I'm thinking for now I'm going to backlap it in the fall after the season's over. And then the following year I'll probably have it resharpened. And then backlap the next year, and we should kind of go on a schedule like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not sure yet, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. Any Subvert? No, I have not used Subvert yet. I actually haven't used any of those products yet. I'd like to. I think there's a lot of hype going on with those, and so I want to kind of see what all the fuss is about. Any plans to use Carbon Earth's liquid? Yeah, so same thing, Subvert, Carbon Earth liquid products. I'd like to. We'll see.
Dad, where are you going to Alley from?
I don't know. I pinched my finger.
What is it?
I don't know. It's not. It doesn't hurt.
Where you got it from?
I don't remember. A long time ago. I am currently running ProPeat on the front lawn, Carbon Earth granular products on the backyard, and then I'm running Next products all around. And then this morning I started using the new BioPro products from Ecologel that just landed on Yard Mastery's website. You can check out my website to see all of that there as well. I'll show you what I used. I applied these this morning. I put down CytoGrow. This is kind of like RGS. It's a root growth product, and it's derived from seaweed or sea kelp, I think. Super concentrated product. So you only get a quart, but your application is like 0.4 ounces per 1,000 square feet. So it goes a long way. And then I put down, oh, this is a heavy one. I put down EnviroPlex too. This is 22% humic acid. Like I said, those come from Ecologel, so the makers of Hydrotane, those are their products. It's a new line of products from them. They're calling it BioPro. And I've got a couple of other products that are in that line that I'm using on my project that I'm going to be introducing to you guys this coming week. So stay tuned for that. Let's see, like the hat? I like it too. I want to get another one. We'll see if I can snag one at the GIE this year, if it happens. Fingers crossed. Do a video on your camera setup, especially your GoPro settings. I can't seem to get a good picture. So really quick, I'll go over what I do. So I have 2 GoPros that I run, and then I run my iPhone 11 Pro. And then I have a drone too, but we don't need to worry about that because I don't use it very much. But with the GoPro settings, I have been running, the one that I talk to the most, I've been running until this morning. I changed it this morning, but I've been running 1080p at 24 frames for that one, and then everything else, the other GoPro on my phone, I've been running 1080 at 60 frames. This morning I decided to change it up and switch to 4K, so I'm running the GoPro that I talk to at 4K at 24 or 30 frames, and then everything else is 4K at 60 frames. So that's my setup, that's what I'm running with. We'll see how it goes. I've been hesitant to do 4K for a while just because the file size is so big. But I thought I'd try it out and see how it goes for a little bit. Still loving the new truck? Yes! I love the new truck. It's right there. Right there. Baking in the sun. I love that thing. Super fun. He likes it too. You like the truck? Every time he gets in the truck, he wants to put it in sport mode because it has a sport package and goes fast. Hey Terrence, how's the lawn doing? Being short and hot right now. It's doing really good. I posted some pictures on Instagram this morning, and probably about an hour ago I posted another one. 100 degrees today, and it's still holding really strong. Still cutting it at 3/4 of an inch too. Henry's a future lawn care YouTuber. He is a YouTuber. He's in a lot of my videos, and he loves it. He loves being outside. He loves mowing the lawn. He loves being out there. I just missed the BioPro talk. Are you going with BioPro over next? I'm debating trying BioPro multi-purpose. No, I'm not going exclusively BioPro. I'm actually just gonna mix it into the rotation. So I'm trying to get to a point where I can actively run biostimulant products each week, so one a month really. So humic once a month, RGS once a month, liquid aeration once a month, all that stuff once a month kind of a thing. But I did get some stuff from Ecologel, their BioPro line. I did apply CytoGrow, which is the root growth product, and then I did apply the EnviroPlex, which is the humic product, 22% humic there, which is pretty cool. Definitely worth a try though. I like them. The humic smells kind of funny, but that's okay. What's the difference between ProPeat and CarbonX? That's a really good question. ProPeat, especially the ProPeat product that I have in the garage right now, is a greens grade, and it's a homogeneous blend. So greens grade means that the prills are very, very tiny, and I love that, especially for the front yard, because it spreads really nice, and the prills just fall right down into the soil. And then the homogeneous blend just means that all of the nutrients and micronutrients are all blended into each prill. So every prill has all the same analysis, which is really nice. And then of course, ProPeat is based with peat moss, and peat moss is a water retention, what do you call it? Water retention product. So I think that, I attribute that to the success of my front lawn right now. It's actually holding up better than my backyard. So I've been really trying to get out there and dial in the sprinklers, and I'm actually going to put some empty tuna cans out in the backyard in a couple spots tonight and see how it turns out after watering tomorrow. CarbonX is a really good product, and it works really well, and it works a lot faster. It's a little bit quicker release. I don't have any problems with it. I like it. I like Matt. I think he's doing a good job. The prills are bigger, but it has, I think CarbonX has a mix of slow release and quick release, so it's a mix of organic and synthetic material, because it's based around the carbon sources from chicken litter. So that's going to be organic, and that's going to be a little more slow release, and then there's other synthetic materials in there as well. But I don't think it's a homogeneous blend either. So pros and cons to both. I really like the ProPeat. I'm really enjoying using it. It's the first year I've run ProPeat. I heard about it before this year, but I never tried it. But I do have some here in the garage, and I've been using it, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit actually. Nice Ford truck. Yes, I love the truck. He is a daddy's boy. The truck would look sweeter if it was a Dodge. I disagree. What are your nighttime low temps? That's a good question. Let me check real quick. My low temps are in the mid 60s, low 60s right now. Today's high was around 100 degrees. We're going to be in the mid 60s, and then next week it looks like we'll be in the mid 60s as well. Hey from Michigan. Hey from Utah. Tried ProPeat, works very well, but I love CarbonX. Yeah, I'm not going to pick a side. I don't want to say that one is better than the other. I like both of them, and I think both have their advantages. I like ProPeat because kind of like X-Green, if you want smaller prills, if you want a more greens grade from Carbon Earth Company, X-Green is your pick. And I think X-Green is a homogeneous blend as well, which is cool. I think X-Green is probably one of my favorite products from Carbon Earth. But ProPeat, I think, is good for soil retention because it's derived from peat moss, and it's doing really well, and I get good color from it. I like it a lot. Been really impressed with the ProPeat. Let's see. Southern Ag Iron standalone sprayer or hose attachment. Either way, I mean, I've been favoring the backpack sprayer for everything and kind of trying to get away from the dial-in spray. The only reason I'm really using the dial-in spray is for you guys, just so you can see how that works. I am going to be using the backpack sprayer a lot more just because I get a more consistent spray pattern with it, and it doesn't clog, and there's just less problems. You really get what you pay for with those hose end sprayers, and I'm just kind of getting tired of them, to be honest. But as far as iron applications go, as long as you can get a consistent, even application, then you'll be fine. Iron's something that you really want to make sure it's a consistent application, good coverage, that way you don't have blotchy areas. Summertime in Georgia, put down X-Green, helping with heat stress. Sweet. Yeah, I like X-Green a lot. I really like X-Green. If your pH is high, the ProPeat is better as peat lowers pH. Okay, I didn't know that. My pH is a little high, and so I've been using a little bit of sulfur here and there to bring it down. But if peat works to lower pH, then sweet, I'll take it. Thanks, Chad. What can I do to keep my grass from burning where it and the road come together about the last 3 feet? I water it, but it just drains away. That's a good question. I've been getting a lot of questions around that actually, especially like by the driveway or by the sidewalk, by the road. Anywhere where it meets asphalt or concrete, it just radiates heat, and the grass just struggles with that. So it makes sense. If it's next to a driveway or a sidewalk, it could be two things. It could be a water coverage issue where the sprinkler is just not getting all the way to the edge. And so I'd recommend making sure that you get a little bit past the edge. And so just kind of kiss the sidewalk a little bit, or kiss the asphalt a little bit, kiss the driveway a little bit. If it's, I'll tell you a story, and this could be an issue for somebody. And this is something that I'm bringing up on my project that I'm doing as well. He's actually fixing this on his driveway. When they pour a driveway or they pour a slab of concrete, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but it's formed with 2x4s. And when they pour the concrete, the 2x4s keep the nice edge, but it doesn't keep it all the way down. So you have the flat edge on the concrete, and then the concrete's poured, and it will kind of creep out the bottom of that form. What happened is I had these consistent yellow spots all the way down the driveway, and I ended up digging up the grass, and I found the concrete runoff, and I ended up just hammering it off. I got a pry bar, real heavy pry bar, and just took it off, and that fixed it. So those are two tips. Just make sure that you're getting enough water, and then make sure that there's not any kind of concrete getting in the way. Let's see. Don't have a curb, then yeah, so do whatever you can to just get as much water there as you can. Water deep, make sure you can aerate there if possible in the fall. Liquid aerations to supplement during the growing season, just to kind of open up the soil so that water can get down there into the root system. If you use hydrotane, which I recommend you do, when you do your hydrotane application, make sure that you get really good coverage of hydrotane there on the edges, and that should help too. Audio's back. Okay. If you lost audio during me answering the question, if it didn't come through clear enough, let me know and I'll go over that again. Yeah, can't stress hydrotane enough during the summer months, guys. It is a great product. It's from a great company. There's great people behind the scenes at Ecologel. And then it really works. It really does work. It's really cool science, and it's a great product. I just did another application of it a couple days ago. I did a 1/3 rate, and the front yard's holding up really well. I'm watering 3 times a week right now, and we're doing good. We're doing good. Tomorrow is watering day, and I'm looking forward to that. Did lose audio answering the question. Okay, yeah, so just make sure that either there's not any concrete beneath the grass, and just make sure you're getting enough water coverage there. That's really all I can recommend. That's the best you can do, really. ES+2, yeah, I hear that's good stuff too. It was during the concrete explaining. Yeah, so sometimes when they pour driveways, they'll form it up with 2x4s, and the concrete, when it's poured, will creep underneath the 2x4 and run off a little bit, and that can cause issues with the grass not wanting to grow there and struggle. So in my case, that happened next to my driveway in a couple spots. I had to dig up the grass, knock out the concrete with a heavy pry bar, and it fixed the problem. Sweet. I'll stay on. I think I'll stay on until 6 o'clock, and then I'll call this good, guys. I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I've got a couple more things to do, and then I got to run over to my project house and see what's going on over there. He's putting in a sprinkler system today, so I want to go check that out and see how it's going. Let's see. You use the RPR ryegrass? No, I don't. My lawn is a mix of Kentucky bluegrass and perennial ryegrass. It's a local blend from a local distributor. I talk about that in the second video of my backyard renovation project playlist, if you want to check that out. I go over the label in that video. But it's 80% Kentucky bluegrass and 20% perennial ryegrass. But I know that Brett has the Barenbrug RPR that he did, and that stuff is hot. That is nice. Looks really good. Looks even better in person. Had to do the same when they did your retaining wall? Yeah. Forgot what PGR you're using. I got the Anu from New Farms, working great. That's cool. I'm using T-Nex. I put down T-Nex about a week ago, I think it was. Yeah, a week ago today, I put down T-Nex. And it's definitely kicked in. And yeah, I went from mowing 3 times a week to 2 times a week. And when I mowed the second time this week, it was today, it was this morning, and the clippings were definitely diminished. Not taking off near as many clippings as I was before. Who has the RPR? Brett. Brett's Grasscapades. He was here. I don't think he's here anymore. But Brett has the Barenbrug RPR. What made Castleberry move to Utah? I told him he needed to move to Utah and come mow my lawn for me. Real Dad, I think maybe Real Dad has it. I don't know, to be sure. I don't know. But yeah, that's really all that's going on with me right now. I'm excited to show you this project that's coming up. I've filmed a couple videos for it already. Again, if you're just joining, I started a project this week. I'm helping a buddy who just finished building a house. We're going from literally dirt and rocks and other things to a nice, good-looking lawn. We're going to do sod in the front yard, and then in the fall we're going to go back and we're going to seed the backyard. I think we're going to run Pete's GCI Turf Blue Heat seed in the backyard out there. Drinking beer? Absolutely not. This is Mountain Dew. Cheers. Lawn care mecca. Yeah, it seems to be, right? Does Toro come out with new models of the Time Master each year, deciding between that and the Super Recycler next spring? No, I don't think they come out with new Time Masters on an annual rotation. I think the last model that came out was a 2019? I'm not sure. If you're debating between the Time Master and the Super Recycler, it really just comes down to how big your lawn is. If you have anything over 5,000 or 6,000 square feet, I would go with the Time Master. You'll get your mowing done really fast. But yeah, I love the Time Master. Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I've got other things to do, and I've got to go help my wife and go help the kids. So thanks for hanging out. I think I'll try and do this a little more regularly. Haven't gone live in a while. But lots of cool stuff coming. I think I've got the project stuff coming out next week. I'll introduce you to the project house, the lawn area there, and what's going on out there. And then I've got some stuff coming with the new BioPro line of products from the College L, and I did a video today on my sprayer setup, so the different T-jet nozzles I use and how I attach them to my sprayer. And then I've got another video about the HoseLink hose reel coming out. Really, really enjoying that. And HoseLink's been really, really nice helping me out as well. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for asking questions. I hope I was able to answer what I could. And I will see you guys soon. See ya.